and the victim wakuru hode waba Messiah Mahadino waba wa India fasisho na mumbete and the victim and the victim wakuru hode waba Messiah no waba wa India fasisho.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته Emianum ene adofo yesre otumfo nyankopon se onhue nyina mobo afa ni nshira nadom ene nasomdue enhue nyina yesuda ene menemu abehia yebedi enkomo a ehuhia ewo onipa abrabom na enipa no bebre esusu se Quran kronkron yi eye enwoma a ekyerɛkyerɛ onipa kwan ekɔtene ne yom enkanka wɔnom a wɔnyi Quran ni ndi ne de wɔnom adwene ne sɛ Quran yi eye akwankyerɛ a edema muslimfoɔ kwan a wɔn mfa so embɔtene ne bra eno no eye nokre Quran no eye hudal lil muttaqin eye akwankyerɛ emma atenenefo anase ekyerɛkyerɛ onipa kwan ema onipa no otimi ebɔtene ne bra nanso so adwuma a Quran no eye no enye se ebekyerɛkyerɛ tene ne bra nko a nemom eye enwoma a efiri otumfo nyankopɔn hɔ a ebema akwankyerɛ akɔ biribiara mu na ene yenkomo a yebedi no yesi life principles from the Holy Quran. Obia owo asasi su bia no owo ne principle a odi akiri yankopon a obo na de no so odi principles bi anase broni beka se laws bi agu ho a eno na ebo onipa ho ban ebi mu ho a yenim some of the principles ewo ho a we know them, some of them no so no we don't know them, but eno ene de yeba beka no and I say this particular program ye pese ye de bremo efri emre ekomre no ye be kasa afa eniema be se ensia pe eho na eniema nsia no ebi oho a ye guso a ye Canada ye kyerɛkyerɛ mo Islam Ahmadiyya ye gidie anase Quran no enkyerɛkyerɛ edema ye efa Islam ho ade a Quran ne pese onipa ye said de be ya dankwa ma onye airaba eno no ye which is one principle in life a onipa bia wote asase su bia no e wo se ohwe ni yie e wo se ode bobra, and that principle is the principle of spirituality. Enti ebia in this particular program no the entire enko enum because eno ne the entire de bremu dada. In fact, every Sunday bia ye live videos are it is particularly on that. Nemom ye beta e de mo akọ other principles bia eno no ye ntante se enkofo e ka ho asem enkanka wonom a omoye muslim for yenta ante se onom eka eho asem na those principles ana me pese me twi yadwene esiso. Apart from the spiritual principle, there are other principles bia me pese emre komre no me ba be ye eho enkyerɛkyerɛ kakra. na mayi emu bese enum aka baako no ho, the spiritual principle no ho. And those principles no number 1, your thought, your thinking. Wadwendwen te say na wosi dwene. Abrabọ na wo bọ no. Kwan ben so na wo fa so dwene. Se ade chiwa, ade adwene na ba wotiri. Ade na wo de wo bra no eno no emre kombre no ye beba be kire sade Quran no kire yen how our thoughts, our thinking, sade ya dwendwene wo se esiye ye beba be kire emre kombre. Ebio the other pointer and also so ye beka ehho asempa your time. Enkyerɛkyerɛ bɛn na Quran no edi amaye anasa Islam edi amaye afa emre time ɛho. Kwan bɛn so ne yɛmfa so ɛmfa ye time ɛnyɛ adwuma. Ɛno nso so emre ɛkɔmre no inshallah ebeba na yaba bɛyɛ enkyerɛkyerɛ ɛwɔ ɛho. Yɛtɔso mmiɛnsa your health wapɔmuden. Sign na wapomudin sitie. Na sign na wohwe so ebo wapomudin ho ban. Ede enkyerɛkyerɛ ana Quran kronkron no ede ama yɛn afa enkyerɛkyerɛ a ɛwɔ sɛ onipa enya ɛho. Na me yɛ adom a ɛno nso so ebeba na yaba beka ɛho asɛm. Na ɛno ne pa ho a wealth kwan ya wo so onipa fa so na onya sika. Kwan ya wo so onipa no so onya sika a ode bobra. Kwan ya wo so onipa no o protect obo ne wealth no eho ban. Inshallah emre ba mu a eno so so ebeba na yaba ba kyerɛkyerɛ emu kakra. Na eno ne pa ho a your health wapomuden, your family wabusua wenum ne eniema me pese emre ekomre no beba na yaba be kyerɛkyerɛ. Na obi be bisa se Imam Adubofo de na nka yinim se o de obetena se a Quran no kwan a efa so kyerɛkyerɛ yade ede ko spirituality mu eno na eye Imam Adubofo yeta nimu se uta eka na yede na ede de asa de ufa eniema eye more of ebe kyerɛkyerɛ onipa kwan aba ewiase. Ni nyina ne se eye nokre meta ekyerɛkyerɛ anase me ne nuanom a ye ne omuba platform we so no yeta ekyerɛkyerɛ ade efa spiritual matters how you can live a life of righteousness. Yeta eye nkyerɛkyerɛ edifa ho. Nanso so megidi se ye wonipa no bebre wo honom a abrabɔ no emu ayedin ama won ofre Ghana nipa no bebre oman no emu ayedin oman no emu ayedin ama akwako hia se wo se ye nkyerɛkyerɛ we efiri se malamfo no bebre asɔfofo no bebre eni akonfo bebre ade a wo ye ni se enam se abrabɔ yi emu ayedin enti no eduru mre bi a no won mo fa nyansa kwan so na sa nyansa kwan no a wo fa so no wo mo fa so edi aba be boye nkro no na won mo yes because they know wo mo nim se enipa hia moa na anhwe yi a na onipa a ohia sa emboa no akwakoto saa sabi akromfo yi amnam omo nso so de ukoto wo amnam a enya ade a omo de ho ebechew etimi gidi se yen mu a ye gidi se ye kura no kre no se yen ya anya sa nkyerechire we ya na sabi onum a omo nim de ewo fom onum a nhunu enokre a ewo ho a anhwa na akwakoye ehaw ede ama wo enunti ana ye pese ye yesa enkyerechire enti se wo ha na se wo hwe ye a ye besre wo se wo be share ye video no ama ye na mon subscribe to your YouTube channel na mon follow ye enso so e wo Facebook na ye wo niam bibra ye de eba ye di kan me pese me twen adwen esi bibi so se ewiase no bibia wonipa uye bia according to Quran no they are based on principles. Bibia wonipa eye bia it is based on principles. So wonipa unhunu sa de wi unya sa entiase wi ya so unya sa entiase wi ya you will see the world differently. Ubehunu ewiase no kra se eye foforo bi. Mi sisu bi me say the universe asase ya nyankopon abon any bibia ewo mu bia they are based on principles bi. Sa principles no onipa pese odi nkunim wo bibi mu a anase opese ne nsa eka bibia the only thing left for sa nipa no any say obeye ade no a eye the principle no a sa de kro no ejina so so wotimi ya se de tie bia no ne nsa beka. In fact ebetimi krampa aba say na onim say these are the principles. Ebetimi aba say onim, but the fact say all follow that principle eno nkoa no etimi maminya nkunimdie wo saadi ni meye mfato ho kakra mfato ho a meye no eni say fane say wo ye maame ana wo ye papa na waso eja so wo so eja na waso no se akwada edinsa ekoso ejanimu a the principle of anasa the law emra nyankopon ahyehye edi ama ejanon ne se ebe hye ade enti se akwara no onim anasa onim odinsa ekoso ejanimu nko ade a ebe hye no pese metwe ya adwensi eniema bi so ye program we say no menye no tententin bebre said ya live videos previous live videos e bia etimi di be say 3 hours no me ade no we no e bia a check ra no 45 minutes to 1 hour but ene no metwe mo adwensi bibi so ade a metwe mo adwensi so a edi kan eni say according to Quran no ade bia nyankopon aye bia no there is a certain measure bia nyankopon den adekona to so na yankinkan emfiri Quran mu se de be ya enuanom a etie ye no onum behunu ni se ampa asemo aye ka no ya moye trim ane ye ka ade bia otumfo nyankopon aye bia no ode principles bi ana otumfo nyankopon no ode ye we Quran chapter 65 verse 4 in some number no ubenya no verse 3 na asɛm a otumfo nyankopon eka ne sɛ a long verse, but this is the part a ehiamiti na mayi ɛhɔ no ɔse قد جعل الله لكل شيء قدرا otumfo nyankopon say for everything has Allah appointed a measure. Adeɛ biara ɛwɔ asase so. Adeɛ biara ɔno nyankopon na ayɛ no. Allah has appointed a measure for that thing. Ninia utie ne, especially mo amoye Muslim fo a moje saa enkomoyi, moje saa asemi edi no. Munya adesua kese pa emfi saa asemi ese. Efri se enipa num bebre no wonu nya entiase enti wo mo koyeye eniema bi a emfata. Emma wo mo niema bebre esei enti ansa na wo mo ni ebeba wo mo ho so no. Na eniema bebre ana asei. But me gidi se ene adesua kakra yebesua no we sei mu no. Ebeboa yen ama yenya entiase bi. Otumfo nyankopon sei قد جعل الله لكل شيء قدرا. Say onu nyankopon no ade bia oyeye no ode enhyehyeye ato ho. He has appointed a measure for everything. Na enam say he has appointed a measure for everything ninti. So onipa opese unya nkunimdie wo bibi mu a, the only thing left for you is to follow that measure. So opese unya nkunimdie e wo bibi mu a, ade aka ama wo nyina ne se ube follow sa measure no, sa law no, sa enhyehyeye no a nyankopon de ato sa ade ne ho. Enti ebi ameka mi sei onipa bi oyare ope apomuden no opese unya apomuden a otumfo nyankopon sei qad ja'ala Allahu li kulli shay'in qadaran. So nyankopon sei he has placed a measure on everything. Enti wapomuden no so no, it is based on certain rules and regulations, certain laws. Ebitimi am wonya saa enkunimdie no, ebitimi am wonya saa apomuden no. Enti wo de ani say obe practice that law. Say ehiaw na opese wonya sika qad ja'ala Allahu li kulli shay'in qadaran. So ono nyankopon no, he has placed a measure on everything. Enti kwan a yefa so nya sika no, ye wo ekwan a yefa so nya enya kro no, enye asisie, enye apubo, nemum ye wo enokre kwan a onipa ne betimi afa so na wadi nkunim na afa wodi anya ne ho enye sika. Ye onipa bebre wo asase so a wo ye asikafo a they went through the right process and wo di benya sika na sabi no ya anwo no asikafo wo no firi ehiam and wo no dia ba be drum pempenso a wo mo dia ba be ye asikafo. Enti wo dia wo no e wo sa wo ye eni say the principles. Me can say it is not a matter of knowing the principles and ebemu abeye sikani ana ebemu wanya akomuden ana ebemu abeye de wo hwehwe no. It is not a matter of knowing, it is a matter of practicing. But of course, knowing the principles, and also the benefit, because when you know those principles any should be because obi ohon man na o follow the principles, but na onim say these are the principles na ebema yesikani sa pomudin na mehwehwe these are the principles ebema beye mabenya ahoden obi ohon man na onim but oye enam say oye na akekeni nti no ade na ohwehwe no ne nsaka. And the main say to achieve success in anything, it is not a matter of knowing what the rules and regulations are leading to success, but it is a matter of practicing, knowingly or unknowingly. So we need adiena awoye. I mean, say adiena awoye. If it falls within the laws of say ebe lead you to adia awohwehwe na adekra awohwehwe no sabeta. But the first thing ayina yemfa to itrim and say otumfo nyankopon say qad ja'ala Allahu li kulli shay'in qadaran. Say nyankopon ode bibia ato enhyehyeye mu li kulli shay'in, everything. So bisa who say, does everything means everything? And say nyankopon ka say qad ja'ala Allahu li kulli shay'in qadaran. Nyankopon say bidi bibia ato ehyehyeye mu. Bibia no kire bibia. Ani bibia kire bibia. Enti in life, in spirituality, in wealth, in family, in health, in bibia wonipa ohwehwe no, there is a certain principle bia was a wuhunu na wodi akire na wonsa beka bia ohwehwe. And in this program eno ni ade a me pese me twe enkanka yenu a yeye emabunu me twe yadwen edisi so. Na me kan asem bi eni se eja se yaso eja na yawo akwara ketua na akwara na bia owia na ohunu eja na se eja ne ye ne fe na oye na adwene se okọ eja no ho de ne nsa akoso eja ni mu a the fact say onim, the fact that the child does not know that the fire can burn it, no, does not mean that so janimu a enhye no. Oso janimu a ebehye no. Because it is a law a nyankopon ahyehye bi ama eja no. Say enhye ade. Enti semi nim law no, and answer me nim law no does not matter. As long as mini law no ababe di ehia enko ade, the law will work. Babcho Munshas as we say so. It is very important. That is why I am stressing on it. In fact, everything I will talk about in all the series, me person menemo yen. In all the videos menemo becheno, it will be based on this principle. It will be based, in fact, this is the basic principle I also be able. Now, maybe be church kakra, but person me twi mo see this very important thing no eso. And they say yaso eja. Yemfa say we eja. Na say eja no a yaso no. Akwada ede ne nsa ekoso mu a. Akwada no wahunu we yemfa say we eja. Na se wode ne nsa koso mu a eja no ebehye no. Akwada no de wonim se miso mu ebehye ne. But the law Nyankopon ahyehyɛ de ama agya no ne sɛ enhyia de. Enti akwara no nim a onim anase nim a onnim no enye hwe. So oni the law no ebedi ahyia nko ade a the law no will work. That is how the principles in life work. The principles in life are such that the moment you come across it, it will work. Eti obi ntimi nka sɛ me de me nyamesum ni na enam sɛ me nyamesum ni nti e wo sɛ mitimi yesikani. Without practicing enhyehyɛ a ebema onipa no abɛyɛ sikani. Untimi meyɛ sikani. Eti the Quranic verse no a ye kan ye no. Also qad ja'ala Allahu li kulli shay'in qadara. Quran chapter 65 verse 4. Obia nya butre enfa verse a long verse, but I'm getting to the end of that verse no, and I'll begin that statement. Take your time, ponder over that phrase of the Quran. Say, Nyankopon say, or the bibia ato enhyehye mu. What does it mean? And yes, adia ebia say oyare. Apomodeni adia ehia opa. So, what are the principles? What are the measures? Me faswa meba be sikani and as meba be nyama pomodeni. That is what you need to know. And not only knowing, but practicing. Because knowing alone is not enough. In fact, knowing alone does nothing. But knowing brings you closer to a certain understanding. And mawunyanti asiye say, oh, okay, adie way, no was any. So now, makanisano, ye bisa say, what are those measures? What are those laws? We call them fundamentals. We call them laws. In the Quran, Nyankopon efre no sunnatullah. Sunnatullah. Yeka say sunnatullah. Broni beka say the laws of nature. And I say enhyehyeya Nyankopon ahyehye ede agu asase so a and bibia ebetinya ye adwuma bia no enam saa enhyehye ne so. Now sa sunnatullah no, again we will go into Madiya matron wo ahai. Say or say fundamentals of life. Know the principles for wealth creation, practice them, and reap their benefit. Of course, mayusu wealth creation ewaha. But it goes also to say that it is not only about wealth creation, but anything at all. Bibia wonipa opesa uye bia no. Know the principles are ewosa ade ne ho. Practice them and you will reap the benefit. Enti, what are the principles? And I said, what does it mean? Or say, there are fundamental principles for everything in life. They are those basic principles on which everything is built. They are laws or set of systems or rules which must be applied to achieve success in everything. They form the beginning, the basis, and the reality from which everything else flows. The Holy Quran calls them Sunnatullah, or ways of Allah. Enti, sa asem we say no. Quran konkron no me ate ase ese. Quran konkron no me ate ase ese. Bibia ye hia bia. Everything in life, to achieve anything at all in life, is to know certain basic principles. And those basic principles, and ebe me ya achieve the result ye hia. Na enipa no bi ho no mu a wonom adwene eye wonom se abrabo na ye bo no se wonom bibia they have to get it, by their own way. It is oya na se o enyi ya na afi some of the youth na ase e wo so okobo kro no e wo se okoye ade bia emfata sa na ema ni nyina no emwa enti ene menimu ahia me pese metwe mo adwen si the fact that there are certain principles in life. Those principles and a guided life. Say, if you want to achieve anything, know those principles and you will achieve success. It is as simple as that. Unless would you achieve success. But some people achieve success in Kwadia, then success has a law. Success has a rule to be followed. Know those rules, practice them, and you will achieve it. Mama mfato ho ba ko me di eja aye mfato ho. Now, some rules and regulations, no. One thing about them is that they don't change. It is a very important thing to understand. From eternity to eternity, the rules are Nyankopon set it. I will say, qad ja'ala Allahu li kulli shay'in qadaran. They will never change. And I'm saying they will never change in it. It is easy to study them, to practice them, and to benefit from them. You move a breed. Ebia yari and yari. Ebia your friend is say there are basic rules that we need to know. So once we study those rules and practice them, we will benefit from them. Now, Nyankopon aka no Quran mu say lan tajida li sunnati llahi tabdilan. Say onu Nyankopon no ni sunna no yes our friend no laws no they don't change. Nyankopon sunna no yes our friend the laws of nature no they don't change. Enti so when you say then you know say Nyankopon waye adom bi. Adoma Nyankopon de aye ni say wa set emra no wo hodada. Na emra no nso so ensesa. Na onipa bia obehwehwe no obehu. Na obetimi anya emfaso e de afiri saa emra no so. So life will be so easy. You will see things differently. Ubon say abrabono emubeye ebeye simple e di amount. Enipa no bebre wo ho no mu a omo life na omo live no. Omo de nyina ne say they sleep, they eat, they play, and the cycle no as I be synergy. They don't plan their life. Omo plan, omo ntenase enye nhyehyeye ma omo abrabo. Enti ema abrabo na omo bo eye den ma omo. And I am saying this because a lot of people have not taken the time, the pain to learn the principles in life. And once you don't know the principles in life, and in fact, once you don't practice the principles in life, you are already on the path of, path to failure. You move towards failure. Eti adia me pese mo tie me mo hwe me ana se akire mo beba behwe ye nyina se wo gina brebi mu a the first question I will say ubisa wo any say mi gina bre na mi wo mu no se enya edien na me ya ebeyi mi afiri sa gina bre wi mu. And those principles are there. Sa enhyehyeye no ewo ho. Yakopon ahyehyye dada. Enya afei na ebeba o. The laws no a, the principles no a ewo so onipa hu na odidi anase odinya bibi wo abrabo mu. They are already there. Enya afei na ebeba. Enya malam bi na de bema wo. Enya odifo bi na de bema wo. Enya konfo bi na de bema wo. Sa principles no ewo ho dada. According to Quran, your friend is Sunnatullah. Sunnatullah, when he say, "A kwanya nyankopon fa so ye na de, enhyehye ya nyankopon ahyehyɛ de agu ho a, bibia fa so ye adwuma." According to Quran, no, sa Sunnatullah no, they don't change. And one thing, and he say, another very important thing, and he say, these Sunnatullah no, just few of them, about Matroni say about half a dozen, about 6 of them can make you successful in about 80% to 90% of whatever you want to achieve in life. Sanye me ena me pese me keka ehho asem ka efiri mre komre no ye bana ye beye emu nkyerɛkyerɛ na ye gidi se obi a nani abre na opese obo ebra opese abrabo na obo no a ase ohahai ase otiti ewo abrabo mu mi gidi se sa eniema be se ensia pe no a ye besua ho ade no. It will take you out of misery, it will take you out of pain. Ebe yiwe free ohaw mu, ebe yiwe free adwendwen mu, ebe ma wo hunu life no differently. Ube nyanti ase wo abrabo mu se na sa abrabo no kran enkanya din o. Na ye den na ye hunu sa de we se na ya bre ya tete sa. You see life completely different. And inshallah, sanye mani nyina nso so ewo Quran ni mu. Sanye mani nyina ewo Quran ni mu. But unfortunately no, say ye fa Quran no na say ye kenkan a ye tuni ya dwene no ekosi spiritual nko a. Ye mfa ya dwene no so ma the physical side no. Enti me pese me twi agi see the physical side ne so. Na me gidi say obi a obetie na obetu an amon say or this anima we ebe bo ne bram. Obenyam kodimbi. Na me ta throw articles at to Facebook. Those of you who know me on Facebook, me dinya me using on Facebook, Ishmael Edubofo. those of you who follow me on Facebook, you will see, say, now me throw articles. It cut across. Some people see those articles to be too political. It is about life. But the person me trim one articles be matuni say Quranic principles for wealth and happiness. Quranic principles for wealth and happiness. Sa principles no. And no na me name ba share. Me puti a halt to it. Me jai kakra because na me pese me ye the video because e bi mo onye obia na otime kenkan. Ana sometimes na kenkan no krampo no se nipa ne kan a ebia entiase a obenya no ye completely different. But ye the video dia be ma mo nya entiase ni ye. Enu nti na ma share these videos no ase. The first thing, and so na meba to the first principle. The person me twi ye nyina ya dwen edisi so no. The first thing I mention so ne say, according to the Quran, you know, everything is based on principles. Everything. Quran chapter 64, verse I think the 65 verse 4. Yankopon say, the bia is based on principles. Everything. So, once you know that, say, okay, life is based on principles. Quran chapter 65, verse 4. Once you know this, say, everything is based on principles. Then you start seeing things differently. So, the next stage for you, and they say, what are those principles to achieve this or to achieve that? What are the principles to know? For instance, okay, me answer the example I'm passing in Manusono. The next stage, after knowing the principle, knowing it alone, no, that's nothing. To say, when we say Quran, no, a Muslim, a map and reporting in you, it does nothing. To know that is nothing. Of course, to know that is knowing the truth, but that truth, no, will do nothing for you until you practice it yourself. I just say, also what the enokrana wo what the year. So, say one who say a drawing a sayare. Nasa wo a drone one no more. Ayaresano unya. It knowing that this medicine can cure, that's nothing. But it works when you use it. It number one, know the principles in life. Knowing it is good, but knowing it alone is nothing. The second stage is to practice that principle. And I can assure you, say, if you don't practice that principle, you can never achieve that thing you want to achieve. You can do something, but it will mean nothing in the long run. That is the second stage, is to know the principle. Is to practice the principle. Anna, Abia Yenshan in Sumponi say, someone practicing the principle, whether you know it or knowingly or unknowingly, the principle will work. And you think me ija any akwara ye mfato. Say akwara no se ija ne so na sa akwara no ko so ja ni mu ebehye no, whether sa akwara no onim anase onim ebehye no. It is the moment you come across the law will work. So we be share law no, wherever and whenever you meet the law will work. So you know what you have to do is to know the law, practice the law, but whether you practice it or not, whether you know it or not, once you practice it, it will work. Please pay attention to that point. Now, after practice, no, the next stage, I'm a person who also motiasi ye pa ne say. Obi beka say, principles in life, and a door so papa. And they said that there are about 100 principles in life. There be. Of course, there might be hundreds, there might be thousands, but only a few makes the difference. Kakra bi, about 5, 6, 7 of them, and when they be making about 80 to 90% of what you need in life. Etimatunidi say, have a dozen things. Have a dozen things. Yabeba na yaba be share say yesra mo say mo share ya mo share a video no na mo subscribe to your channel no na mo share e Facebook no so no mo follow ye on Facebook na mo share a video no, especially for people who are as a almost feeling say they are deject as a omabraboness. You person share sa for nim cry. Na yegidi say nipa bibiri ebe fa sa dwumadi so na omo nso e de akwa akonya gina bra e wo asase so. Na in fact ye de enkrofo bibiri so beba amoma ba be kyerɛkyerɛ eniema yihia no abrabom eniema wo se ye no abrabom a ye de bedi ye de enkrofo bibiri beba. Now let me come to the example I wanted to give you. Me say the principles you need in life to achieve anything. No? You don't need 1,000 things. You don't need 1,000 things to achieve whatever you want to achieve in life. You just need a few things, a handful, about 5, 6, 7 things to achieve. Say, if you want to be successful, if you want to be wealthy, there are about 6, 7 things. I will say, and now and you'll be successful. Say, there are about few things. You don't need 1,000 things to become healthy. Enfatu ho a midi ka mansa na yakọ enema na enema baako ebia edafo from na yakọ the next thing. Enfatu ho a mema say fa obi ti se kuani obi a oye kuani na opese okodo afu ana opese oye kua se kuani pese oye kua ohia a million things to think about. Adia I was say kuani no ohun nyina ne say I was say ohun say okay mehia asase a eye asase papa na minya asase no. These are the principles what in farming and America. Ohia asase onya asase no a was so who say obenya aduaba no a obedua. So unya aduaba no a obedua no nso a aduaba no nso wo say ye aduaba papa na afi nso no odua wie nso so a e wo say o take care of aduaba no nyese wo adua wie no wakoda asase ni nso behia nsuo ebehia mframa eniema be se enumi anase ensien any some few other things ana kuani no e wo se ohunu se we ni niema mehia ebeboa me ama ade no ampese medua no ayeyi. If sa kuani no ohia bibi e wo se osua, the only thing e wo se osua e wo so concentrating on are those things. Na say otimi concentrating on those things so then na niti ba if you say emra obetimi a concentrating on those things na odi na adwena koso no waye ama ade no ayeyie no ebe ma ade na oye no ade a ohwehwe sekua na opeso oye no nsabeka. Now let us go into the first thing na minim say mumu bebre no, you might have heard it before. Mumu bebre na dia mwati say nkofo ka, but you may not know say sa asem no so no e Quran ni mu. Enti me pese me twe mo adwen si so say ani sa asem no e Quran ni mu. Na eno any say onipa your thought wadwene. It is very important to achieve success in anything. It is very important to achieve success in anything. You will be on more or ya brantie ana or ya ababawa. Ebia we university or pedjuma or near juma. Kwan be na offer so a all pedjuma no. E kwan a offer so a all pedjuma no ne say osori a na wa dress it, na wa throw letters, na or call office to office or presenting an application say or the pedjuma. E good. At least nipa no wa make effort. But what about say who the letters no akọ ebia offices there say 20 and there say 50 adwuma no unya bi e de na abe enti yetate obi awie school ebia 3 years 4 years when we are university. Just imagine how much it costs from nursery, from primary, from JHS, from SHS, from university. How much it costs to complete university. Sika yetua no wo umofrase enyina. Na se nipa yi school na eteki no be 3 years 4 years 5 years na se onya adwuma ya pa. But se nipa no e de na wo so ye enye se bia ebinom wo ye adwuma bi enye se wono no onhunu sa adwuma no wo hunu. But ono ni hunu no ho say wawie university ne de e wo say otimi nya de kan say white collar job e wo so otimi nya adwuma ye office adwuma obi kura boy engineer anase bia okoye mechanical engineering okoye whatever engineering but ono no wie university na opese e de ne kwahye office. Yen fa no nto ne yen fa another example. Ye wo obi oho no mu a ono no ebia wan sheda anko school anko akiri saa. Enam se wan sheda anko school anko akiri saa no. Ono ni hu ne ho se me de enya de a metimi akotena office. Eti ebia ono de bodua bi na oye. Bodua na oye no. Otimi eya ma afei obenye sika. Na odi se sika no ehwe ono na busuafo anase bia ni nuanom nketwa e wo school. But ono ankasa as a person no wan go school da. But no bi nso akọ school akodru university wa wie university no but osi oni adwuma. What I'm talking about here ade a me ka ho asem wo hase a me pese me twe yadwen esi so ene se onipa bibia ye wadwene your mindset adwene a wode wo asase so no ɛno na lead you to bibia. In fact, metaka say yɛwɔ nneɛma mmienu bi ɛwɔ hɔ nom a Nyankopɔn ɛde kyɛ onipa a saa nneɛma mmienu no obia obi. Na ebia na bibi foforo bi ka ho a manfa nka ho. Gidi say mo a mo hwɛ yɛ no. Say if you think say there are other things that asma me beken and also ka ho a you can say it in the comment section. But nneɛma mmienu mu a meka no ɛyɛ onipa wadwene ɛne emre time. These two things no Nyankopɔn didi ma obia. Unless say onipa no sabi wadwene no asɛe. Onipa n'adwene ɛnsɛe no obetimi bibia opeso oye no asase su bia no obetimi aye. Na ni nyina ne sɛ obesakra n'adwene no. Obanya mesumu aye se sakra wadwene. Bawia say aye se change your mindset. Sanye mani ni na ya de kro. One is for spiritual side, the other is for physical side. Eti o mindset a wo de te asase so. Eno na ebe determine ebe kire ugina bra ubenya no asase so. We are very important. Muntie me ye ba. Adwene a wo efa abrabo ho. Eno na ebe kire gina bra ubenya no asase so. Enya dia ubeka sa wo de wo ye nyamesom ni. Enti enam se wo ye nyamesom ni nti no. Se dabre Nyankopɔn kra ntoto niema bi mfiri soro fa mmerɛw because wo de wo ye tinini ni. It doesn't work that way. Enti bibia wo ye bia no, it is based on your mindset and it is time bound. These two things, your mindset and time, it is a gift. Nyankopɔn de ama obia, everybody, enti when you are looking for something, now to me as a mindset, it can lead you to success. Sa university ni no a wawie university no a onya adwuma no. Ne mindset no ne say. Ne mindset no ne say enam se wawie university ni nti no. Dabre eye nhye se obenya office adwuma. But ask yourself this question. Say, how many people ana omuwie university in that year? Anybody do say ana omuwie university. Ana anybody do say so ana adwuma ewo oman ni mu ebetimi afa wo. Enti if your mindset is that wo de wo ko school na wo ko school ni wi a waba benya adwuma aya, that mindset alone is wrong, faulty. Did he say ebia untie sa se bi e wo bia na me be kotu afri Quran mu dia chero say according to the Quran, if you don't change yourself, if you don't change your mindset, you will remain as you are until you die. Until you die in your misery. Let me put it that way. According to the Quran, if you don't change your mindset in life, you will remain as you are until you die in your misery. We blame people. We blame a whole lot of things. Obi, blame the weather. Nsuye to ye na menti anya si. Ana awie ye bo ye na menti anya si. Obi blame na busua, ne papa, ne maami, ne wofa, ana ne nua, ana o blame no say eye ne maami no ana ne papa no ana na busuani no na ama na ntinye di. Obi blame the government. O blame the government say aban no na mbie adwuma ama yen a ye university ana yen mrantie ne maba wa yen nya adwuma ni bia. But me pese me ma wo ti ase say efiri mre wa me mani firi adi a me hu sede abrabote ana se me hu sede enipa kasa ana ya kasa abanyo abanya ma adwumo abanya ma adwumo abanya ma adwuma ebisine. The next government, the same lamentation will go on, but the lamentation will stop for only those who change their mindset. Maybe quote every Quran in watch. The Quran tells us, say, Onipa. In fact, let me quote the verse before I even go on. If we say, Yemu bebre no, Mijidi say, Yenya mwa, yenya enchire bi say ya ebeboaye. And let me issue this disclaimer, say, I am not here for those I am not speaking for Nkrofo Omayi. I'm not speaking for Nkrofo Omayi. I'm not also speaking for Omwa Ebia Omo if we say Omumpe Quran ni mu asemweti. Nemu me kasa chire obi a ono no ye wu no ehiam sede ni ye wu mi ewu ehiam na ohwehwe se sa ehia ya owo mu no obetinye firi mu omo na me kasa chire wo. Now the verse of the Holy Quran, Quran chapter 13 verse 12 in some number ubenya verse 11. And there are other verses and also the same thing. Or say, Inna Allah la yughayyiru ma bi qawmin hatta yughayyiru ma bi anfusihim. Or say, Allah changes not the condition of a people until they change that which is in their hearts. And you know, me say, onipa bia wutie me ene. Ube bisa wo say, sa kasa we ya ewo Quran ni mo. Na se chire pa ne say. If you want to be successful, we a young man, we a brantie, and we a ababawa, we university, ope ejuma, unye ejuma nibi. Ask yourself the question, say, sa verse we are Quran no edi amaye no, na se chire ene say. On say makan medical can say yebu bebri na no say ye kai Quran no a ye de adwene ko the spiritual side ni nko a. The Quran is a guidance into righteousness. But the Quran is not only a guidance into righteousness, the Quran is also a guidance for our social life, for our physical living. In fact, a verse Metron Wahasi also states Say tibyanan likulli shay'in. It is an explanation for everything. Quran no tibyanan likulli shay'in. Nyankopon e de aye enkyerɛkyerɛ for everything. And the first thing the Quran is giving us, and it say we should change our mindset. We should change our mindset. And once we change our mindset, we will see, say, we will be able to do things now, talking about mindset, you will never be able no more. Adie bi besi. Adie no si a adekro no ano. Two different people, no, they will have two different results. You will never be brave. There are many people. There will be a BBSC, an occurrence be. Let's say it rains. Yada, yes, sorry, in insuo to. Insuo na airton. Sa insu toyen. It will create two different results for two different people. You will be honomwa or sorry na insuo ne to. The mindset on it and say, and then insuo to idea. Say ya ngwa adwuma kraba you betimi the insuo no aye excuse. And I say e ono an adwuma mpo no ya obetimi aka say oh insuo to nas man kwa adwuma na aye dey. Nti onko adwuma no wada. Well, it is good for him. That is his mindset in life. It is up to him to make his own mind. But you will be so hard no more. In Sukrona Ayrton. Or catch them who say, oh, this is a good weather. Weather way you good. In fact, in Seattle say crampono, and here nipa be crampo medjuma. Ti sabre na ukwa ubenye skapa. Eti, your mindset in life is very, very important. I belong to a community. I belong to the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. Yen Ahmadiyya Muslim for yen jibe yendi. Yen jin di se be ye wo. Yen jin di se nyankopon bo abodie bi a ye frɛ no bonsam se omeha nipa. Yen jin di. Yen jin di se malam ebetimi amwanya sika. Yen jin di se konfo bi betimi aboa wo. Yen no yeni all these believe. It ye mindset a ye wo and say there was say ya ye pray mo je ni eye adwuma. It is say o asasi so. Na o mindset and say mi pesika e was say me komalam ho. Ana me kokonfo bi ho. Ana me ko odifo bi ho. Na omoboa me a. That mindset no is faulty. Because senka nyankopon edisika fa malamfo ana akonfo ana adifo bi so na edema nipa anka bisa wo se sa malam no senka sa sika na ebisi ni nsemu a anka wo ka se obeba betena ho se abeye announcement abetua sika abeye announcement edi ababe edi afrenko fo se wo mmra ne ho. Uli efane say malam bi ese otimi yiska. Sa sika na malam nisi otimi yi no. Senka ye no krese nyankopon di sika fa malam bi su na breye ya. anka saa malam kro no nti ugidi pa se obeba be ye adwuma se obe yiska ma obi na nipa na sa maniska enti onipa o mindset a odete asasi so no it is everything. Enti na meka obi a wawie university any a onenam offices a opa adwuma na obi nso a ono de wan ko school enam se wan ko school nti no oye bodua emrantie ne mabawa a ye wo Ghana muntie biye ba gidi se ensemi bi wo hono a obi wo hono a ebe ye ne de se imam adufo wa ya de se o masa nchirichire obi nso so wo hono a otie mi a ne bu befu because no at all costs I will say abiding in my adwuma. Well, it is up to you. The choice is in your the choice is in your court. Life is based on choices. The choice you make today Anna ebe make you tomorrow. Sisi aye kase. Obi choice a o choose ni say obeda. Obi nso so de ni say obekwa akoye adwuma. Obi nso so de ni say obeye bibi papa bi e de ama ne ho. Life is based on choices. So whatever you think about what I am saying, I am not here to speak to people who were born into a rich family. I was not born into a rich family. So I do not even know how that looks like. Minim said ye wo to a rich family mua etie. I don't know it. Nemom ye wo make to ehiem at some stage, na mekoton yogurt. Those of you who know me, omo call primary school, me no omo call JSS, ewo Ahmedia A, ewo Asafu, Kumasi no. They know me, they know my life. Maton ahaban ani edidi so no, anono mo entetrema ne sa ahaban no edidi so no, maton bi da. Me ma me adwuma no ye no. Maton ensuo na ne ye kekere no. No, penyini di penyini ensuo na ne ye kekere no. Maton bi da. Maton polythene bag a black no a na ye na market obi to ne niema na ye de akogina ho na wato ba ko wato ne niema de akum no me maton bi da. Ma boshu shine. Shine ma boshu shine. Me de me shine box enante from Atonsu. Those of you who know mo amunim Kumasi no. Me de me shine box enante free Kumasi. Friends Atonsu. Ewuram ewo ginya ase. Ebe fa your friend say stadium. Amakom edi be wuram Central Market di be fa adum. Esa de be wan edi be fa adum sa de ba a life side ho edi ba be si LL be do LL sometimes na ma foka sometimes me foka na ma sa nanti me ma boshu shine ma ton toffee ye di toffee good box so metini ahye box na hye toffee agu na me de nam ayie ase market stations na me pie yes banana chewing gum peak original has peppermint near what toffee bisa peppermint banana chewing gum peak original has maybe na me tie Honorable Kennedy Japan na Honorable Kennedy Japan ka ne life me te ho na mani atete say me mabrabo na Kennedy Japan ka na o ka the way a oton toffee no pie me pie yes banana chewing gum peak original has peppermint ma ton yogurt ye di see 3 so omo box tintin bi sa na si 3 so my use that push cart was a DNB. Now me pie finance yogurt. Enti se me wa say na se me kasa, I am not speaking for obia ye wo no to sikamu. Nemo me kasa chire obia ye wo ne to ehia mu te se me. Ana me ka chire o say change your mindset. Now so change your mindset, it will lead you to success. Of course, I have not been through level, maybe a missionary. We because a missionary now, say I need ya, say I need ya. But Mijidi say the mindset I have in life, it will make me successful. Say Nyankopon any main quantum, I'll become successful. I'll be a wealthy person, a rich person. We are written about it at all. Because I have changed my mindset. And that is what the Quranic verse is saying. The Quranic verse ne catch is a monsanhe verse ni bio. Or say, Inna Allah la yughayyiru ma bi qawmin hatta yughayyiru ma bi anfusihim. Or say Nyankopon on sesa nipo kopem say sa nipa na besesa ne ho. How do you understand this? And the mindset most of the youth any say they have to work for someone. They will say omuye obi adwuma. Say eye aban adwuma. Ana obi abi adwuma na ono nso ekoye bi. But they don't have the mindset that they should do their own job. Omu need that mindset. And as I mean, because most of the youth, omu need that mindset. And it is very sad. Very, very sad. Me mamo, example kitu ebi. Did he say, ebi me masa example be nkwanas man kasa bi nkwa. It is enough. Yewo enkrofo bebree ewo Ghana sebi omo anko school na ebia oye maame ebia oton koko na koko na oton every single day bia otimi to susu 50 cedis every single day 50 cedis. But koko no oton ebi kura koko na oton no baby o si ne kura no say a very small place bi onko je shop kese a small place ana ni koko ni sinani koko ni ko se ni mansa ni ade no oton. That's all. But sa koko na oton otimi eto susu every single day be 50 cedis. Me kai maybe na me wo man baako a program so your friend Mr. Obendako. Mesre say obia utie ni bia. If you want to be successful in life, tie man Obendako on YouTube and Facebook. Maybe follow no Facebook, be follow no YouTube. And come here say the videos are why you know there. Come here say metie ni na. Of course, maintain there, but almost, because he speaks a lot of sense. He speaks to people who can change their mindset. On that program, Obi Beye and Fatu Mubi was our program. And Fatu one, you pan Beye and say, Osima maybe Oton Kose. Kose. Every single day, Pia Otususu 40 cedis every single day. 40 cedis. And saa susu we say no Quran aka ase bia ebia in future e be ka ho ase. But then dem we ni ye mfa to ho keke. Or say every single day bia ma me to susu 40 cedis. Bisa say 40 cedis no a month say 120 cedis. I mean 1200 cedis. 40 cedis no every month bia sika ma mi nya de to ho e 1200 cedis. Ebia obehwem na sa ma mi kra no wan ko school da. But obi a wako university sika bebre ba watua hostel sika watua a friend say admission fees no na the books are worked up. We are near fan one napco ni etua nka 700 cedis. 700 cedis in the ground. It be the best 3 months, 4 months na sika ne mai. Ni etua na afi go say or TM Itiayeko. But when we investing, Oye Napco, Yetianica just 700 cedis. Empo Amamati say, Omo Napco no. Say Napco netrim. Biplina as I got in the field. It is all because of their mindset. The mindset are a crowd a 40. Obi ferry or ferry say or no obekwa akoye adwuma de ebeka say a menial job na ono abenya ne sika na ode betu susu no ne sika obenya no e do so chen say obekwa akoye obi adwuma ebia wawie school especially me kaize me wie secondary school me chere ade kakra ebia wawie secondary school and wawie university or ye teaching part-time teaching bi e wo schools ahodo bi sa teaching na oye ebia yetua ne ka 500 cedis 600 cedis 1000 cedis. Well, good. But bisa who say, is it so, mamina onono oye oto kosi a yetua ne ka 40 cedis a day no. And then 1000 cedis no, the hin emfaso. And the point I'm making in say yes say a mindset in life. Now say it means your mindset in life life will change for us. Obi awie university enti ono no oferi say obekwa akoye adwuma bi na ne namfofo behu no na omo besere no. Na siri enkum me kai emra na meton yogurt na meton madam for be no introduce me into some yogurt na meton no e friend no adakwa nyame atwene nkwa nyame fa ne kransi no oti asafo Ahmedia school no opposite to no a very good guy. The classmate, no, a classmate, no, he was one of my best friends. Nyame atwene nkwa. Ono so ye wo ni to ehiamu said ye me ye wo metu ehiamu. No hwe na metonton tofe ni ade no hwe as na wo tofe wa nkonya yi ade se wontimi nton bi o nti masa bra ne enko ha. Ana ode me call be bia ye ton yogurt. Kumasi labor office roundabout no na shop bi wo. Yosa ode be frako senator shop bi on your right. Na papa bi I need to say wholesale to kwa okoje yogurt no egu box na yɛsoa ɔnimu a na wakɔtɔn o sɛ 200 o sɛ bibi saa tete sika no. Sometimes yɛkɔtɔn a wobɛhyia wo classmate na ɔno ɔne ne maame ne ne papa ɔmo te kaa mu ɔmo aka bi a Land Cruiser ohu a na wafrɛ wo ama wahu sɛ wahu ɔfrɛ wo ama wo wahu sɛ wahu sɛ wo na woso yogurt yi na adeɛ kye na sɛ yɛba school a wɔsaa de aba abɛdi nkɔmmɔ sɛ adubɔfoɔ koraa no sɛ yogurt na ɔtɔn wo ate ase. But saa nneɛma wɔ enum nyinaa no yɛn no kyɛ sɛ ansi ɛkwan sɛ saa adeɛ no yɛbɛgyae. Of course I'm ready to study, but me there were times but there were times I had to pay my own school fees from my own pocket. JSS times, you know. But Mira SS no na ferry kakra bi eba mani so any ade. And me JJ is anema. But the point I'm making is say Opia went one for ferry ensi nani so. Na obesi nkete na obayire ne ho aye adwuma every single day bia obetimi ato susu 40 cedis 50 cedis a day 50 cedis a day 1 month 1,500 cedis yakas what to susu so I just say where did the other four can you afrim the only talk seminar na odi si uni e manum ni ade ni nyina afrim ana wo to susu 50 cedis it obi a wotimi to susu 50 cedis a day huge very huge enti so wotimi ye a eno na e kire say nipa we wasesa ne mindset eno na kire say nipa we wasesa ne mindset. So when you change your mindset, everything will change for you. And that is what the Quranic verse is saying. Don't see the Quranic verse to be speaking only about the spiritual life. It is also speaking about the physical life. And it is straightforward. Quran chapter 13, verse 11 or verse 12. Tumfo Nyankopɔn say, Inna Allah la yughayyiru ma bi qawmin hatta yughayyiru ma bi anfusihim. Tiene nkomo a yɛpɛsɛ yɛne mu di ɛno no. Me adom a ɛda foforɔ no, yɛbɛsan so ɛde foforɔ abrɛ mu. Na adesra a mede srɛ mmeranteɛ no titiriw ɛne sɛ memfɛre sɛ waa wobɛyɛ w'adwuma. Adwuma no kakra bi mpo na wonya wo mu a ɛhyɛ wo den. Ɛma wo hunu sɛ wo no onda obi so. Obi ntimi metia wo. Obi ntimi nka sɛ woanyɛ si a mentua wo ka. Fi sɛ waa woyɛ w'adwuma. Mentwɛn sɛ gye sɛ aban abebi adwuma ama wo. Na gye sɛ wo papa bi o aburukyiri abrɛ wo sika. Yes, adia. Bi na ka sɛ obetena ho akyɛ. Yesrɛ otumfo Nyankopɔn sɛ onye nyina mbɔ na onhyira nyina da. Yesrɛ mo sɛ mon share your video no na mon subscribe to your channel no. Na moma nkofo enti ensem we no a ye ka no, because this will not be the first program, but the subsequent ones. But there are a lot of Quranic verses because we only look at the spiritual side of it, you know. We don't translate it into the physical side. But I'm very sure, say, when we translate these into the fiscal side, there are a lot of benefits. Inshallah, yebenya. Yesere otunfo nyankopon say, onhi nyina mobo na onhyira nyina da. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
And they beat him and they beat him Waba Mefaya Mahadino Waba Wa India Pacifico na Mumbete and they beat him and they beat him Waba Mefaya no Waba Wa India Sassiso